it is morning. Welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast where I talk about crafts, I talk about my family, I talk about my puppy, I just talk about life in general, as well as all my craftiness. So, how are all of you today? I hope you're all doing well. We have had, oh, a very long session since the last time that we have you and I have visited. So let me tell you what's going on in my home out here, out outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my father-in-law, my very handsome husband Randy, my puppy dog, who I'm sure he'll make an appearance, Casper, and my kitty cat Heather. Yes. So let's see. Today is April. I'm trying to get April over with, I guess. I put down April 27th instead of April 17th. And this is episode 333. You know, I'm a Christian. And when I hear the number three, I think Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, or Holy Spirit, or the Great Triune, or whatever. So it feels good to us, especially since this is Maundy Thursday. We're going into Easter, but Okay. You can tell I get sidetracked. I love to talk. So you can find me online on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. You can find me on Ravelry as Napier's Knits. Then we have our podcast group, which is Naturally Kim's Knitting. And I'm so glad some of you checked it out because I felt bad not putting a podcast out. Excuse me. And then I'm knitting underscore Kim on Instagram. Okay, now I am an affiliate with Michaels and with KnitPick. And what that means is um, I promote them. Okay. In return, I'm given a link, generally a link, but for some reason, my links don't always work on my um, show notes. But, anyways, um, they give me a link, and that I can post that. And usually, you guys could click on that, and it would take you there. Well, in this case, you have to copy and paste, and it will take you to one of the stores. And then if you purchase something from there, I just get a couple pennies. And how that works out for you guys is because then I can invest that couple pennies into gift cards to you guys for taking part in some more craft alongs. Sorry, I have got a scratchy throat, which has been part of the issues, but we'll get to that. So I am an affiliate with Michaels, and so I always like to take this time to share um, what they have going on, what their big thing is right now. Well, with Michaels, you could save $20 right now if you spend $100 or more. But you have to use the code SP100, okay, SP100G20. So if you use that, they said there are some exceptions. I don't know what they are, but hopefully that will see you guys through. They have a lot of spring things on sale right now. I did not see a big yarn sale this time, but they have some of the best yarn at some really good prices. So that's Michael's. Sorry. KnitPicks. KnitPicks is having a 99-cent pattern sale. Woo. It's taken all of my willpower not to go in there and purchase patterns because, oh, I have something I was going to show you guys. Because I like to collect patterns, I guess. I have enough patterns now that really I've not even been doing test knitting lately because I have enough patterns of things that I want to make, or that I would like to make. So yeah. So then Dishy, then they have 20% off their yarn of the month, which is Dishy. Sorry. Um, yeah, it's a great time to be working on those on dishcloths and things like that. Then in their palette yarn, they have added 12 new colors. And I could tell you what they are, but it is best if you go in there and you just see. Because, wow, they have some really nice colors. So that's my Michaels and my KnitPicks. Now, um, with me not putting a podcast out at the beginning of the month, I notified the winners, and they both have collected their prize. So, but I have a couple. I always have um, craft alongs, and we have one that's finished objects. I wonder. I think that's what it is. Okay, so I have a finished object craft along, which is any object and any craft that you finish off. You can go into the Ravelry page under Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group, and there's a thread there for finished objects. Okay, take a picture of your item, post it. If you have a pattern name, please include it because I like to give credit where credit's due. Plus, even though I say I'm not buying any more patterns, sometimes you guys come up with some really good ones, and so I look a little pale today. I'm sorry. The sun's coming in from this way, and yeah. So that's our finished object craft along. Then I have one that I made into a 4-month craft along because I wanted to give you guys enough time, and that is shawls. Making shawls. Okay. Um, and you have March, April, May, and June to work on those and to get them finished. I would, preferably, you wouldn't start it until March 1st at the early or late earliest, and then of course it needs to be finished by June 30th. Because then that on both these threads, I closed them the morning, um, the first day of the month. Okay, my mind is not working. Like for the shawl, it ends in June. July 1st, I go in and I lock that thread. Okay? So, yeah, that's all I was trying to say. Then on that day, I also tried to go into random number generator and, excuse me, and let them pick a winner. Because, yeah, I don't want to do it myself. um, because there's too many good patterns to choose from. So, yeah, so the finished object is April and May. The shawl is March, April, May, and June. And like I said, for the shawl, say the finished object, you finish your item, take a picture of it, post it, and you're in the drawing. Okay? Oh, I should tell you what your prizes are. For both, usually for all of my craft alongs, I did have to make one change earlier this year for because Joann's went out of business. Okay, you can either get one pattern valued up to $10. I'm watching my dog because once he got up and was looking out the window. Um, so there's that, or you can get a $10 physical gift card from Hobby Lobby or Michaels, or you can get a $10 e-card from KnitPicks. Okay, remember $10 because that's what I give generally. Okay, let's see. I think that's it for that. So I have got a couple things that are in progress, such as my Caddington Wrap. Yes. So I should do it this way because that's where the one armhole is, and then right there is where the one armhole is. Different colored thread. I'm almost done with this side before I do the this armhole. So, anyways, I actually don't think I think I was further back than that with my progress marker when I showed it the last time. But that's where I don't know why I moved it there. I don't know why. Do you? Talking to Casper because he's paying attention. Then let's see what else. Well, Elsie's afghan I didn't bring out because I didn't work on it. I need to again because now I have another granddaughter, and I never make temperature afghans for my other grandkids. They're all in the works along with sweaters and everything. Okay, these are my soup kitchen socks. I did finish these. That's where I was the last time, right there on this one. And I have finished them. This is some of that Yarnaceous yarn. Oh, I love Yarnaceous. Um, she is such a good dyer. And on this one, I was, I don't know if you can see it. Right there's the marker. So I didn't have as far to go in that one. So those, they'll be going to the soup kitchen sometime. Then I have, okay, I talk about my yarn stash. I've got a ridiculous yarn stash. So I decided in this room, I have got, well, I've got yarn in this room, I've got it in the bedroom, and I've got it in the front room because that's where I do most of my knitting these days. That and in bed. So the first yarn, I decided to start out here, go to the first yarn I see, pick it up, and I'm gonna make something out of it. Well, I happened to be, um, it wasn't dishy, I don't think. Heather is by my glass doors, and she's scratching herself, and it sounded like somebody was knocking on my door, but I'm seeing my door, and there's nobody out there. Okay, it was. I don't see. I didn't write it down, and I don't have it out here. It's one of, maybe it was dishy. I don't know, but I had some of this blue. Yeah, I finished these in my bedroom. Then I bring them out here to weave in the ends. What I did is I have a stitch dictionary, and so I just went to the front, and I'm working my way back. If it works for a dishcloth, I'm doing it. So this one was a single seed stitch. So if that's a single, you know what the next one was. In fact, I just finished this one last night right before I went to sleep. This is a double. And I'm going to give these to people over Christmas and, just be a nice little thing. I also made a hand towel, but it's being used right now. So one of those that you um, you button it to it like a. We keep ours on a hook, but you could also put it like on a oven handle or whatever. I like making those, and it's been a long time, and I just did it from the top of my head. I was trying to think what I don't know what pattern I made. So yeah, I've been having fun with those. Okay, that's all those things. I could show you. I talked about the Caddington Wrap. Yeah, that's the back look view of it, and I'm gonna love that. And it's made out of the Chroma fingering weight yarn, and I love Chroma. Some people don't. Some people say that it's easy to split. I've never had that issue with it. I love knitting with it. It's easy on my hands. It's great with my Portuguese knitting that I've been doing. I'm sorry, just a moment, please. Okay. Nope. Didn't get didn't get all the way all of it out. So anyways, yeah, it's made out of chroma. And I'm gonna wear that. It's a nice lightweight because it's fingering. But yeah, I love the way chroma feels when I have it on me. So, and I have been weekends I work on it more. I don't. It's not like I work during the week. But I just don't get to it as much during the week. So, anyways, okay. It's so funny because this part of my podcast I like to call chatting, but I chat so much during the whole thing that it doesn't really um there's not one set spot for it. I am so sorry. I'm gonna pause you for just a second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Anyways, so I don't know where what. Oh, I should talk about why I didn't do the podcast. We have had flu. There's this bad flu that's going around, and poor Ronald had it for, I don't know how many days. We really were worried about him. And then Randy and I didn't feel real good. Now I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. It gets to mine. Randy and I weren't feeling real well, but mine is it's spring, and that means pollen. uh, we have a beautiful red maple tree out here, but in the spring, just a moment. Sorry about that. I thought I had to sneeze again. It went away. Anyways, but in the spring, the flowers from that tree will get to me. But I love going out in the yard when it's this kind of weather. It's sunny. I think it was getting the 60s today, and I laughed because yesterday, Puppy and I went out. We don't have any of our furniture out yet. That we went out. We just sat by our shed, and I brought two of his toys out, but all he wanted to do was lean against me, and we have two chickens next door, and he was listening to them, make their little noises, and he was just happy just leaning against me and looking outside. So we did that for a little while, but I told him one of these days we're gonna have to start weeding, and that's when I'll have to put him on his anchor so that he could go a little ways, but he can't go too far because he likes all of our dogs. They're attracted by the front yard because that's forbidden territory for them. So of course they want to go out there and see things. And but we don't want them to go out there and see things because if they go too far, they might get hit by a car. By a car. So anyways, so spring has sprung, but with it, allergies. So then we've been trying to make some plans because we haven't got to see our new grandbaby yet because of illness and all that on our part. We didn't want to go over there and make anybody sick because Ian has exams he takes, and we don't want him he's so sick that he misses something. One, he did miss one when Cora Jean was born, but I think the professor allowed him to do a makeup test, but we don't want to make any of the women or girls in that household sick. But as soon as we can, we're planning to go there and spend the night in a motel because Molly informed us that Genevieve and Tobias have dance recitals coming up middle to late July. Wonderful time to go out to California, I know. But we're going to take Ronald with us because we're not going to leave him at the house by himself. So when we go over to see Ian and Rachel and the girls, we're staying in a motel, and if he wants to sleep, he can sleep. But, one of us will be close by. When we go out to California, one of us will always be close by. So if Randy's at Molly's, I'll be in the hotel room, and I'm going to sleep at Molly's because that way she and I can have some time to talk. Randy's going to be out there doing a honey-do list, but only in this case it's a daddy-do list. And yeah, because he was saying, I don't even know what all she needs done. I said, ask her for a list. I said she has a list, if not physical, mentally, and she'll write it out for you. Because there are lots of things that she doesn't have the time. She doesn't have the wherewithal for some of them. So yeah, so we're gonna do that. But if Ronald wants to come into the house, he can. Because by one of us always being at the hotel, the other one could be at the house cleaning, doing household chores or whatever, or we can go to the kids' activities, and Ronald can go to those things. So it will be it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to take Casper with us also. Heather does pretty well on her own, and we've left her before, and she's done fine. She is more social than our other cats were, but She does fine by herself. We always make sure she has lots of litter. She has lots of food. She has, and she'll only eat a little bit at a time anyway. So yeah. So anyways, I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else. I probably will when I get off of here. But yeah, that's about it for lately for me. You can tell my allergies are really bad. So anyways, hopefully next time we're supposed to get together, I won't have a migraine. I won't have. That was the other thing. I've had migraines because of the pollen and a stuffy nose. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's it. I hope you guys have had a great week, and I hope you have a great Easter weekend. And I hope you guys have successful crafting. And I hope you don't make any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones and they're easy to fix. Love you all. Big hugs. Take care. And God bless you. And remember, Christ is risen. Bye bye.